And it's boss time. We have a party of Shulk and Alvis, and although it doesn't necessarily remind me of him in every way, Alvis does definitely remind me of Chaos a little bit here. Probably a mix between Chaos and Sora because of the key around his neck. Either way, we are going to get into a fight with 3 of these damn Telethia things. And hopefully Alvis knows how to heal. And Shulk has learned Purge, a new art. This is Monado Purge. It's one of the Monado arts. We're done with regular arts for Shulk. Fighting a Telethia using Purge. Using Purge removes a monster's aura and temporarily prevents them from activating another aura. This is a debuff. This is very nice. It's Dispel, essentially, from Final Fantasy. Plus, they can't use it again. Well, for a little bit at least. A Telethia's aura, Soul Read, is particularly strong. Use Purge to eliminate it before attacking. Remember to replenish the talent gauge by auto-attacking so you can activate the Monado. Alright, I already have the Monado activated. Been holding on to that one for a bit. Let's go to Purge. Alright, now we can damage them like normal. I believe this also increases my talent gauge. Oh, missed that one. Missed that one by a lot. Yeah, I thought that was it. Alright, we are up against 3 Puera Telethia. Let's go with that. There are different kinds of Telethia. Now, don't worry about Alvis in this. Alvis can take care of himself. Alright, now they're missing again. So, let's try to get that Monado activated as best as we can. It is streamers that does it, isn't it? Alright. Now, jeez, come on, get over there. It does hit kind of like in a pyramid shape. I at least got this one. I at least got this guy. Come on, Alvis, you can do it. We can definitely do this. Notice how we can't necessarily get a chain attack going here. Uh-oh. We got a shockwave incoming. It's gonna do 186 damage. Oh no? Okay, down he goes. So we do get higher tension. I still want to try to get it, but notice how we're not getting like affinity between Shulk and Alvis here. Alvis is definitely his name. That's something you're gonna want to remember. Is he going for Soul Read yet? I was kind of anticipating that. No? It's not really going for anything. And it turned to night, which I do want to change. Alright, we'll go for Shadow Eye and then... Well, I guess we'll just go for Backslash. Apparently, Alvis can't necessarily hold aggro either. Wait, we get a chain attack? Let's go for a chain attack. I want to see his line. I don't think I've ever seen his line. Alright, heal. Screw it. I want to see his line. I don't care that we're not doing damage. Alright, so he's got Cross Ray, deals physical damage. He does not have a talent art, and he's got Lost Ray, deals a large amount of physical damage. I guess we'll let him get the kill then. Resistance is futile. Or he could miss. Alright, let's go for a Purge. Oh, we did some damage and we win. We got to see his line. I haven't seen that before.
Well, you see now, Shulk?
Thank you. Hey, wait a second. More importantly, where on Bionis did you learn to use the Monado?
They were not the primary Telethia. Merely at spawn. The primary Telethia dwells elsewhere in Makna Forest. Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
A girl?
The Monado is a divine sword capable of disturbing the very fabric of existence. of both the material and the immaterial.
Alvis, how do you know so much about the Monado? Who are you?
Shulk! Shulk!
Huh? That's Ryan. I'm over here!
Shulk, we looked all over for you. Thought you'd been eaten by the forest.
Sorry, Ryan. I got attacked by Telethia. If it hadn't been for Alvis, I wouldn't have survived.
Alvis? Who's that?
I'll introduce you. He's the one that... Alvis? But he was...
There's no one here.
I'm telling you, he was right here. He even taught me how to unlock a new power from the Monado.
Just you and me, Shulk. Ain't no one else around. You probably passed out from dehydration and dreamt this guy up. Come on. Wait till the others hear this.
He was here, Ryan. I didn't dream it. I'm not lying.
Okay, okay. I believe you. And while you were having fun with your imaginary friend, did you find any ether crystals?
Yes. Good quality ones, too.
Perfect. Come on. We should hurry them back to Shala. Hang around here long enough and we'll get whacked by an imaginary beast.
I'm not lying. Alvis, who are you?
An enemy that renders your visions useless. This forest holds many surprises. Not least creatures we've never seen before. And now we know there is another who can use the Monado.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him.
So you weren't just having a sneaky nap then?
No!
I'm just saying. You and Dunban are the only ones I know that can wield the Monado. How would this guy know how?
Okay, locked and loaded. Everyone, stand back.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's coming round. All thanks to our medic.
Are you okay?
Where am I?
Everything's fine. You're gonna be...
Get your hands off me!
Ah! Hey, watch it!
Forgive me. I did not mean to...
Sorry if we surprised you.
Are you the ones who helped me?
Well, something like that.
Excuse me. My name is Melia. Forgive my indiscretion. I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with the male Homs.
Coming into contact?
Hey, Shulk, you're creeping this lady out.
Shut up, Ryan.
This large one is far worse.
Me?
Melia, is it? How did you get here then? What, is there no one with you?
I must apologize, but my situation does not concern you. And I shall not be divulging anything to common passers-by.
Duly noted, your ladyship. But if I were to be so bold, I'm guessing that you didn't come here alone. And you weren't just taking an afternoon nap.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here? It is rare to see Homs venture this deep into Makna Forest.
We're traveling to the head of the Bionis. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
The head of the Bionis?
We were just figuring out how to get there when we found you.
I see. Then permit me to return the favor by aiding you in your quest.
Really?
There is only one path to the head of the Bionis. It is the path that leads to Erith Sea.
So, this Erith Sea is at the head of the Bionis.
If you would be kind enough to escort me out of the forest, I will show you the way.
You do that? Thank you, Melia. I'm Shulk. Pleased to meet you.
Shulk. Ah, yes. Likewise.
She's a bit high and mighty. But she's a Homs too, right? Why is she here alone?
Ain't got a clue. Ask her yourself. I'm not good with her posh accent.
We shall travel to the Nopon village.
Nopon village? That's where we've been heading. We reckon it's our best chance of making it to the top.
Since inhabiting the region, the Nopon have been a great help. You can travel to Erith Sea from their village.
It's settled. We'll make our way to the Nopon village.
Very well. The Nopon inhabit a giant tree. If we follow this trail, we will be safe.
And Melia has joined the party as a reserve, but we'll see what we can do to fix that. Beware of monsters with spike abilities. Apparently spike is going to become a thing here. You can see the purple number there. That is the spike damage. And then you can see the effect of spike ability. It hurts. From Makna Forest onwards, you will encounter monsters with spike abilities. These monsters can automatically deal damage and inflict debuffs on a party member in certain circumstances. Spike damage cannot be lessened by increasing physical defense or ether defense. It just bypasses all that. There are 3 types of spike ability. There's counter spike, the monster deals damage or inflicts debuffs when attacked. There's down spikes, the monster deals damage or inflicts debuff when attacked if it is suffering topple. Then there's close spike. This is my least favorite kind. The monster deals damage or inflicts debuffs if a party member gets too close. So you have to keep your distance, but I don't have too many ranged people with me, you know? Alright, so combating spike abilities. You can get rid of it with Purge, neutralizes an opponent's spike abilities for a certain length of time. You can have a spike defense gem, which reduces the amount of damage. Also bear in mind that counter spike abilities can be neutralized by inflicting topple. So there's some enemies that you want to inflict topple on because it'll get rid of spike, and then there's other ones that if you inflict topple, it'll actually cause them to do spike. And we learned a skill for Rhine, who's suddenly in the party now that I think about it. Why are you here? You're not going to be here. But we do have new battle tactics for Melia. She is a party member, after all. She has a talent art by the name of Elemental Discharge. My talent art, I should give her a voice, shouldn't I? With like high and mighty voice. My talent art is Elemental Discharge. If I summon an elemental, I can use this art without worrying about the talent gauge. Remember, each elemental discharge refills the talent gauge. When my talent gauge reaches its maximum, I automatically enter a burst state, and my concentration increases. Elemental discharge does more damage during a burst, which is most helpful. My arts are quite special. It is particularly tricky to use my summoning arts, such as Summon Bolt and Summon Flare. Let me see if I've got this straight. While the elemental is summoned, it grants buffs. Then dismissing it deals damage, right? Yeah, this is kind of complicated to the point that the AI cannot control Melia well. So if she is in the party, I'm in charge of her, which kind of makes it a little tricky. I have to remember how exactly I want to do it. Indeed. So it is best if I first support everyone else by granting buffs, then fire off an elemental at the end. Right. If you just launch an all-out attack, Ryan will probably find it hard to draw the monsters. Aggro is his job. And yours, Dunbad, which I should say you're failing at lately. But that is what we have to do with her. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't necessarily looked at here. Not too concerned about it, though. It's all stuff that I've gone over, really. But Melia's tactics, those are definitely new. So let's see if we can't set up our new party member. She is new. She comes at, well, pretty much the the level that we are now. She has Protect Staff. I don't have anything good for her there. She can't wear a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't have anything better for her anyway. What do you have here? You got the crest top. Doesn't look particularly good. She is a ranged attacker, speaking of not having too many of those. So we do want to keep her at a distance, which means I'm probably going to try to focus on ether defense for her over physical defense. And of course, I do want to try to keep her agility rather high, but it's not really that much of an option right now. Well, we don't have anything for her. I think I still have a couple ether up 2 gems that I do want to give to her. She uses a lot of ether. Nope. Charlotte's hogging them all. I guess we'll give her more ether defense. I mean, it's something. It's something to start here. Just go ahead and pump her full of ether defense gems for the time being. Just as a shorthand for the time being. Until we can actually look at her a little bit more closely. Speaking of which, let's look at art. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff here. I might as well level up backslash while I'm here. That is the one that is my favorite. Love me some backslash. Alright, and then we'll go over here. I should probably look at like Purge and stuff like that. There's Purge. It removes enemy auras and spike effects, and it still does damage, which is one of my favorite things about it. We can also increase the effect time. We might as well level that up once. I should probably also level up speed at some point. Actually, speed? Yeah, that does increase the length of time, doesn't it? So I do want to work on that. Is there anything for you while I'm here? I guess Bone Upper. Bone Upper is not necessarily the best, but it fills up the talent gauge. That is good, and he needs more of that. I should save up for Gale Slash for you, and for you, I guess Shield. Shield will be good for the time being. We do want more damage after all, and we do want to reduce that cooldown. That cooldown is far too long. Far too long. All right, so we have over 10,000 ability points for Melia here, and we already have a shop in mind where we can go back and get some of these arts manuals for her, but since she wasn't in the party, she didn't have access. Well, we didn't have access to it. So we have Summon Bolt. Electricity increases ether. Discharge inflicts large damage, as you might expect, but an increase in ether, not necessarily the best for my party right now. I will say though that this is one that I'm going to keep on her, so we might as well level that up to max so we can reduce the cooldown and the ether damage. Well, the ether up is 20% and it's in a circle around the user, but it's a medium distance, so you know, we'll reduce the cooldown and up the damage as a result of this. And no changes to the buff. I have to remember, there was a certain order that I like doing it. Summon Flare, also something that I care about. Fire increases strength. This is definitely something that I want to do early. Discharge inflicts blaze damage. The cooldown is 30 seconds. We're going to reduce that. The strength up is 20%. That's pretty significant. The ether up by 20%. That really only affects Charla, and we've got other ways to buff her there. But the strength up 20%. That's pretty good. The ether damage is 454 to 514. We want to up that. And the blaze, that's something good. That's what we want to do. So we up the damage, lower the cooldown, don't change the strength up or the blaze effect time, unfortunately. But once again, we'll max this out. We'll max that out. Then we have Hypnotize. This is not something that I care about. Wrap the enemy in warm ether, sending them to sleep. This is only, I would say, effective if you're controlling this character, which I will be, but there are better things to do than put an enemy to sleep, because you can wake them up by hitting them, which happens a lot. But there you go. It hits an individual target. It lasts for 20 seconds. That's a significant amount of time, don't get me wrong, but usually the enemies that I'm struggling with that I want to put out for 20 seconds, I'm going to be waking them up by hitting them, so not something that I care about too much. Spear Break, I do care about this one, but primarily because I need a red attack for her somewhere around here, you know? But it does throw the enemy back. It's a physical attack, and I do need a physical attack on her. Only close range on that, unfortunately. But it does 400 to 500 damage right now. It does slow the enemy as well for 5 seconds, but it's got quite a cooldown. We're not going to level that one up just yet. We'll make sure before we're done, though, to use all of our points. But that one's not too important for me. Like I said, I just kind of want it there to continue a red chain during a chain attack. Shadow Stitch, not something that I care about. Ether from the ground restricts movements of enemies in range. It's got one hell of a cooldown. I think the longest one that we've seen so far. It's got a 2-minute cooldown. It's rare that I'm actually getting into a fight for 2 minutes these days. Probably, what, like 10% of the time? But it does bind. That is what the restriction is. And it does that for 15 seconds. And then you have to wait for another, 105 seconds for it to come back? Not something I care about. Summon Aqua. Also not something that I care about. It's kind of useful. It's a heal, which is always nice, but it doesn't do it very well. Water causes HP regeneration. Discharge drains enemy HP. Yeah, drain is kind of nice, but ultimately Aqua is going to be the one that I might put out there if we're struggling a little bit, but towards the end of the game, I'm not going to want to use that one that much. How much does it increase if I level it up? It only regenerates like 55, and it's not that great. Considering we have thousands of HP, 55 is not a good regeneration rate. Healing Gift, also not something that I care about. Sacrifice own HP to restore the HP of a party member. This is kind of like Shulk's sacrifice his HP to fill his talent gauge. Like, there's better ways of doing with this, although it will work in a pinch. It takes 20% of her max HP and only recovers for 400. I'm better off using Light Heal with Shulk, so not my favorite. Burst End, this is something that I care about. Release latent power, reducing the defense of enemies in range. It does hit a circle around the user. Hits their physical defense for 10% and their ether defense for 25% for 10 seconds. This is only available when you have element burst, so you're going to need a summon out there. We'll go over how to do this properly, hopefully as I remember it. But we're going to level up Burst End all the way, and then we're going to level up Spear Break all the way, hopefully. This one was the more expensive one. That's why I'm a little concerned about it. Yeah, we're not going to get that one. But like I said, this one I'm more concerned about leveling up because it continues the chain, and for that reason alone. Like I said, the AI doesn't use her well, so if she's in the party, I'm going to use her. Is that a jack-o'-lantern I see there? I never noticed that before. All right, let's take a look at her skills. After all, she's going to be learning some. So she has Honesty. Prioritizing this trait will improve critical hit rate. We have Serenity. Prioritizing this rate will improve Agility. I don't think I've gone over these before. And then we have Reliability, which will improve her physical defense. Right now, she's learning Amplified Healing, increases HP received from healing arts, which is definitely something that I care about. Then we have Agility, increases agility by 15. Yeah, this is very important. This is high speed. We have Ether Awareness, which increases Ether by 25. Also something that I care about, but agility is useful to more people, so that's why I'm going for that first, and then we'll go over to Reliability. This is one of the reasons that you start developing your builds later on, because you start getting skill links like this that are good. That one's particularly good. All right, let's see what we can do. Initial Endurance. That costs 7. We should be able to get away with that. Grants physical protect to party with Battlestar Affinity. Could be good. With Shulk, we have access to medium equipment. No. You know what? Let's just put that rewarding work on her for now. Then we have Mental Fortitude. Higher level enemies are against the odds. Agility up. Agility is more important than physical defense for her. And then we have Spiritual Awakening, which is not good for anybody but Dunban. Like, he's the only one. And then we have Steel Protection, reduces the effect of spike attacks, so we'll put that there. So that's her. Let's see what we can use with her. As you might expect, she starts with yellow for everybody. No. Nothing there. Nothing there. It's pretty much circle or nothing. Hey, circle. So, hooray. Dunban gets healed a little bit more now. Oh, Did I not do this? No, she doesn't have anything, so I did. And yeah, nothing there. Circle or nothing. All right, so now she is fully set up. Let's actually get her into the party. Let's have a good party. So we're gonna bring Melia, Dunban, and then Charla. I think like that will work best. No, Charla Dunban. In case of a chain attack, but we'll see how long I keep this.